Hey guys, Rath here with the DFS Minute tonight for May 7, 2015. Apologize about this morning, but sometimes life does get in the way of daily fantasy sports. So had some business to take care of. Everything went well, and we're back here tonight. Don't love the slate tonight. 6 games, not a lot of options. Playing very light. Got to be honest with you, playing extremely light, and just not a very attractive night. And usually I do take Thursday nights off, but I did take the morning off, didn't do a video, so I wanted to come back. And if I'm doing the research, might as well fire away something. So let's get to it. Just briefly on last night, talking point for me was all the pitchers I recommended blew up. Cole, Lynn, Ubaldo all tanked. And most of the hitters didn't come through. So it was a bad night overall. Now, it's been good. It's been good for almost 2 weeks. So, everything I put out here is public. I'm transparent. We've been good for about 2 weeks now, and last night wasn't good. But here's the thing, and here's the takeaway, okay? I still took down about 35% of my heads-ups, which is crazy because I put up garbage scores on DraftKings for the most part. So just be aware that playing heads-up can still save your night. If you're just playing 50-50s and you're just playing tournaments, you're making a mistake. You need to diversify your action to make sure that you're playing a lot of heads-up games. And I know a lot of new people are scared to play heads-ups. It's not sexy, and they don't want to play sharks. Here's the thing, okay? If you're playing $1 games, $2 games, $5 games, you can't get killed. Play the percentage of your bankroll that we tell you to, and until you feel comfortable. If you're comfortable playing 1s and 2s, and play 1s and 2s. If you're comfortable playing 5s and 10s, play 5s and 10s. But don't go outside the norm. And what you want to do is you want to grind out every day, and then you want to hit some of those tournaments every now and then that's how you build your bankroll. But don't be afraid to play head-to-heads. Now, stay away from the players who are posting the big games. If they're posting huge quantities of games, like 10 or more, or you see them posting games at 109, 200, 500, 1,000, 10,000, those are the players that you want to stay away from. Everybody else is fair game. I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of guys out there, and you'd be surprised. The best guys are probably hitting about 60%, okay? They're not invincible. There's nobody out there that's banging 85, 90% of heads-ups. If they are, they're a genius, and they ought to be selling everything they're doing. But for the most part, the best guys are hitting 55, 60%. So just be aware that it's not as intimidating as you might think. Just don't play beyond your means. That's all I can really tell you on that. And you can put out good lineups every day. Just keep listening to us. We'll take care of you. From the pitching landscape tonight, not a ton. Definitely on Chris Archer, nothing breaking there as far as, limited options, so you just can't get him in. And I've gone back and forth. I was on Colin McHugh, but, kind of looking at his game logs the last 3 outings, he really hasn't been that great. So I'm off McHugh, and I'm probably rolling with A.J. Burnett. That'd be the guy that I'm going to get in because I just feel like he's got the strikeouts in the innings, and he can go out there and probably get 6, 7 innings, 6, 7 strikeouts, and hopefully not get crushed too bad. The other guy I think is an option. I did have Herron in there, and this is kind of the advantage of waiting until these lineups come out. I originally had Archer and Herron, and I saw Ichiro was hitting 5th at 3.1K on DraftKings, so I plugged Ichiro in. I took out Greg Polanco. That allowed me to upgrade to A.J. Burnett, so I do feel a lot more comfortable with that. Although I do think Herron is a nice floor play tonight at San Francisco. Not nothing huge. I think you might squeeze out 15 to 17, but I don't think you're going to get anything huge out of him tonight. But I think Burnett does have that upside of getting you the 20 to 25 that you need, especially on a night like tonight where the bats are expensive. So, it's one of those things where it's going to be tough. The lineups tonight were tough. The other guy that I was considering is Nick Martinez, and here's why. The Rays lineup is not real good tonight, and no Evan Longoria. Now, I know Martinez isn't that great, but, it's in Tampa. The total was only 7. And Tampa Bay's lineup tonight right now is real putrid. It almost reminds me of that Thursday afternoon game when I recommended David Phelps against the Phillies because the Phillies were benching everybody. That Rays lineup today is really bad. So, Nick Martinez at that bargain basement price doesn't really need to give you a lot. Gosh, I think he can go 6 innings, maybe even squeeze out 7. And if he could get you 3 or 4 Ks and limit the runs and limit the hits, I think you're going to be in good shape. So, Martinez is a guy I think you can look at as well. Let's hit the hitters. Got to like some of the lefty bats tonight. in Yankee Stadium, Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees, because both right-handed pitchers are on the mound, struggle against lefties. We all know about Yankee Stadium in right field. It's very short, induces a lot of home runs, and definitely can see some fireworks in this game tonight. Probably means it'll be a 1-0 shutout, knowing the way things go this year. But still going to have an action pieces of it. So catcher, we're going Brian McCann at 3.9. First base, Chris Davis, his salary is juiced. It's 5.1, so you got to pay up. But go ahead and pay up at Chris Davis at 5.1. Other options at Pedro Alvarez at 4.2 and James Loney at 3.7. I think if I had to do it, I'd go with Alvarez. Loney's not really in a best situation there. Second base, Neil Walker at 4.3 against D. Scalafani, or D. Gordon at 4.7 against Hudson. I kind of like D. Gordon there. The guy is super hot, and so I like D. Gordon if you can squeeze him in. Solarte at third, hitting fifth at 3.4K against De La Rosa. De La Rosa has been tough against righties, but Solarte's actually been good against righties. So, again, there's not a lot of options tonight. Solarte at 3.4, I think, gives you pretty good value. And then the other guy at third base, but also outfield, is Jimmy Paredes. I think he's juiced up at 4.6. So he's real expensive, but he is swinging a hot bat going against Eovaldi. So he's somebody you definitely want to consider. And then in the outfield, I think you definitely want a piece of those left-handed Yankee bats. Ellsbury, 5.3, Gardner, 4.9. I'm actually going with Gardner. I just think the 400K that you get there, I don't think it's really worth it. I think it's worth saving the money. Polanco at 4.5, hitting leadoff against Steve Scalafani. Peralta is a guy I got plugged in at 3.9. David Peralta against Despagne. David Peralta is much better against right-handed pitching, and he's hitting cleanup tonight. And he's at home, so gotta like that. And as I said earlier, Ichiro at 3.1, I really freed up some salary relief for me for sure, and was able to get Burnett in. I'm still debating on if I'm going to go with Herron or Burnett, and then see if I can upgrade at bats. The only problem is I just don't see a lot out there. Do I go from Burnett to Herron, and then maybe come off Solarte and go Paredes at third? That is something I'm considering. I do want some exposure to Baltimore Yankees, and I only have one Oriole in my lineup right now, so I'm okay with going with two. And if those were the two that I would probably want. So that may be an option I'm going to look at, see how it plays out. There is still one lineup yet to go. That's the Houston Astros. So I'm going to see if there's anything with the right-handed bats for the Houston Astros. Who knows? Maybe Marwin Gonzalez gets moved up. I didn't mention shortstop. There's just not that much there. The guy that I'm rolling with right now is Emerista, hitting all the way down at 8 against De La Rosa. So, that's basically, I'm just punting away that position. I don't, there's not much there. So maybe we can move to a Marwin Gonzalez if he gets a nice lineup spot and these lineups come out quickly. So we're going to hit that up. All right, guys, thanks for everything. We really appreciate it. We had record numbers on the Roto Curve show the other day in terms of traffic in the site, and definitely want to give kudos to those guys, Benny and Josh, for bringing a fantastic show. And our forum activity is really starting to pick up. So we really encourage you guys, if you have something that you want to get off your chest, whether it's a strategy, whether it's something you don't like, whether it's something that you do like in the industry, or you're going through a losing streak and you want to try to figure out a way to get out of it, or if you're winning because of our advice, I don't care what it is. I'm telling you right now, we're getting a lot of activity in the forums. I love the participation. And we had a great post from Eric Neidfeld, who put up a post about how to play qualifiers. It was an awesome post from a guy that really knows it and has gone to a live final before. So he definitely speaks it and brings it. So we want more of that from you guys, the Roto Curve community. And we'll hit you back here tomorrow around 8 a.m. with the DFS Minute AM edition. Be well, best of luck tonight. And as we always say here at Roto Curve, stay classy, DFS.